Hey guys, welcome back. We were asked about cutting the leather with a laser, so we are going to try that out today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, so we had talked about doing a keychain with the leather because that's just fun. So since we are going to try cutting this, we are going to try cutting out a keychain.
Alright, here we are in Lightburn, and we're going to start with importing the picture.
These are just some generic shapes that we found, and so we put them in there to trace one. And the one that I picked is more the teardrop shape, and so we thought we'd try that one first.
Yeah, so I just grabbed the whole picture, imported them all, traced them all. Same thing we always do, get rid of the stuff we don't want.
Ungroup them and delete what you don't want to get.
And then we start running into the trace wasn't perfect and I wanted it to look better. Alright, so after digging around, what I found, the best option that I could find that made it easy to do it is I actually make a rectangle here where I want the top to be, and then I'm going to use the subtract button over here on the left, and when you click that, it takes away everything that's inside that rectangle. Alright, so I clicked the wrong one first. Don't do that one. The other one gets rid of the rectangle, gets rid of it. I've got a nice line across the top. Wasn't perfect, so I'm going to go ahead and just edit that node and get it to snap in there at a nice 90 degrees. And you can tell on the shoulder from one to the other, they are a little different. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to cut it in half. Select the object we want, and you can see right here it shows us our exact middle point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start nudging it to make that box line up right with the rectangle, so I know that keychain is going to be directly in the middle point. And my nudges were way off. The sizes are just incorrect. So we're going to go in here and actually edit the increments that each of the nudges do. So under edit and then settings, you get here and the snapping button, or the shape move increments, and you can see there control arrow, and shift arrow. So they're all set really big. I'm going to set them fairly small. And so first I dropped them all down to 0, and then I just, put in the decimal that I wanted. So I'm going to go smallest with control arrow at 100, the just arrow at 500ths, and the shift arrow at 10. And hit OK. And then we're going to go back in and start this process over, trying to get it to the center point. So when we scroll crazy far in, it's still just slightly off. So I'm just going to go back into those settings and make the smallest one even smaller so that I can make it perfect. Yeah. Alright, so now I do the same thing. I cut it in half. going to duplicate this, move it slightly out so I can see what I'm working with, and then flip it. Now back to nudging it and trying to get it lined up perfect. Alright, now we've got them lined up, so we are going to combine the shapes. So make sure to use that right one and combine it. Next step is I want to increase that top tab so that we have enough to wrap around
the key ring.
Yep. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into the edit node section, select both of them, don't do what I just did, actually get them both selected at the same time, and then you can just move them both up as far as you want them. Do what I did if you want it to arch a little bit, which could look pretty good. This time we're just going to do it flat. Alright, got it duplicated, flipped over, and you guessed it, I'm going to nudge it straight down. Since I know it's correct left to right in this situation, all I'm going to do is hit that down arrow on my biggest increment that I've got set up. It still takes a while because I made it so small, but that's fine.
We're guessing on how far to put it down. In looking at it, we wanted the touching of the two bottom parts to be the same width as the tab on the side, so it was one straight single part. Yeah, our power is going to be 300 millimeters a minute at 85%, and we're going to do 4 passes.
Do that just to make sure that it looks good. Looks perfect. I'm just doing the line. We don't want to fill this; it would take forever. And there you have it. That's what we're gonna go with. So we're gonna get the laser connected
and try it out.
Yep. See how it works.
So here's the finished product. It was 4 passes, and it really just tears right on out. It's still leaving some threads, so maybe one more pass would have made it just a hair cleaner. So we're going to wrap this piece around our key ring. So this little tool came with our rivets. It's just the hole punch. And we put it down here. Take our mallet. All right, I picked out one of our rivets and we are just gonna put it through the hole that we punched out. Put the other side on. And we have this little handy stand that the rivet sets in. And this little tool has a little divot in it that holds onto, that fits right over the rivet perfectly. And it's done. So just a scrap piece of leather that Adam built the design in Lightburn, and then we put on the laser. The edges could be a little cleaner, but again, that might just be another pass. And then we riveted it together, and now it's a keychain. And the next time we try the keychain, we will burn onto it a design of some sort. All right, so join us next time, and we'll see you then.